There's something simple we often forget. At 60, your morning cup of coffee isn't just a drink. It's a small moment to ask yourself how you want to live today. I picture you by the kitchen window, sunlight slipping in, your hands warmed by that familiar ceramic mug. The question isn't, should I keep drinking coffee, but what kind of coffee am I drinking and how does it treat my body? As we enter a new chapter of life, we learn to be selective, to choose gentler words, a slower pace, and a kinder cup of coffee for the heart, the kidneys, and the stomach. Today, I want to talk about 4 types of coffee that people over 60, especially in the US, where supermarket shelves overflow with options, may want to avoid. Not to take away the joy of your morning ritual, but as a gentle reminder. We deserve healthier habits, a softer kind of alertness, and a body that's cared for a little more each day. First, let's talk about those flavored instant coffee packets. Super convenient, wonderfully fragrant, and also very easy to mislead us. Convenience often comes wrapped in additives. Extra sugar for richness, corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors, stabilizers, even thickeners to make the mouth feel creamy. The issue isn't a single sip. It's the habit that repeats every morning, then a second cup at noon. The sugar adds up and can quietly push your day past the recommended limit for added sugars. US dietary guidelines suggest keeping that under about 10% of total daily calories. This isn't meant to scare you. It's a reference point to help us read labels more carefully and choose leaner products, because excess sugar, over time, burdens the heart, your metabolism, and kidney health, the organs that work non-stop to filter whatever we put into our bodies. A small but effective tip. If you need the convenience of instant coffee, look for a 100% coffee option with no extras. Then add your own touch, a splash of pure vanilla, a pinch of Ceylon cinnamon, or a little real milk. The flavor will feel more alive and your body will thank you for it. Each time you place a new jar of coffee in your cart, ask yourself, is this coffee or a dessert dressed up as coffee? That little question is often enough to steer you in a better direction. Next, let's talk about coffee with non-dairy creamers. Those colorful bottles promising cookie, toffee, or salted caramel flavors. The truth is, most of these creamers aren't milk at all, but blends of refined oils, sugar, or artificial sweeteners, flavorings, and additives to create a rich, silky mouthfeel. Some use coconut or palm oil, high in saturated fat, and just 2 or 3 tablespoons can eat up a big chunk of your daily saturated fat budget. Heart health guidelines in the US encourage keeping saturated fat as low as possible. Many experts suggest under about 6% of daily calories, especially if you're managing LDL. Add in the extra sugar, and a coffee that should have just a few calories suddenly turns into a liquid dessert. The tricky part is serving size. Labels often say 1 tablespoon, but most of us don't stop at 1, 2, 3, and the totals add up, weighing on heart health and indirectly affecting your kidneys. If you want creaminess, try a little real milk, unsweetened nut milk, or half and half, less, but real. If you want flavor, let cinnamon, nutmeg, or pure vanilla do the work instead of industrial additives. The third type is decaf made with the solvent methylene chloride, also called dichloromethane. This topic is debated, so let's talk about it calmly and honestly. In the US, the FDA allows this method with a residual limit of up to 10 parts per million. Many chemists and industry groups note that real-world exposure in a cup of coffee is very low. At the same time, public health advocates have urged a fresh look, since methylene chloride has been linked to cancer risk in certain occupational settings. The EPA has recently tightened most non-food uses, though that regulation doesn't directly cover decaf coffee, which falls under FDA oversight. I'm sharing this so you have enough information to choose for yourself. If you drink decaf regularly and still feel uncertain, look for beans labeled Swiss water process or CO2 process, 2 methods that don't use organic solvents. But if you trust the current safety thresholds and prefer the flavor of decaf made with the so-called European method, that's okay too. What matters most is being aware of what you're choosing for your body. And finally, we need to talk about unfiltered boiled coffee, common with French press, Turkish, Greek styles, or coffee that's boiled and poured straight. Many people love it for its full body and rich, oily mouthfeel. But those very oils, deterpents like cafestol, can raise LDL cholesterol if you drink them regularly in larger amounts. The good news is the fix is simple. Use a paper filter. When coffee passes through paper, most cafestol is trapped, making your cup kinder to your blood vessels. If you love the French press style, you can line the plunger with a paper filter, or switch occasionally to drip or pour over. You'll still enjoy deep flavour while avoiding unnecessary cholesterol load. For people over 60, small adjustments like this often add up to big benefits over time. You see, these 4 risk zones aren't meant to scare you away from coffee. They're here to help you notice exactly what's slipping into your cup each morning. Whether there's added sugar, how much saturated fat is in the mix, whether an industrial solvent is something you're comfortable trusting, and whether those cafestol oils should be filtered out. By answering these 4 questions, you're practicing a simple kindness to your body, lightening the load on your heart, taking pressure off your blood vessels and kidneys, and keeping what truly makes coffee lovable: the aroma, the warmth, and just enough clarity to carry you into the day. When it comes to kidney health, I like to picture the kidneys as 2 quiet friends, reserved, hardworking, and with you for life. Everything we drink this morning, sugars, oils, additives, will pass through them tomorrow. A cleaner cup of coffee doesn't turn your kidneys into superheroes. It just removes some of the unnecessary work. And when the workload eases, other systems, your heart, circulation, and brain, benefit too. That's the beauty of moderation. Nothing flashy, nothing dramatic, just steady care, day after day. And now, as we wrap up this conversation, I want to leave you with a gentle thought. After 60, what matters isn't how much we give up, but what we choose to cherish. Your morning coffee is a beautiful ritual. Keep it that way by removing the things that weigh it down. Skip heavily flavoured instant coffees. Be cautious with sweet, fatty, non-dairy creamers. Think twice about chemically decaffeinated options if you drink them often, and limit unfiltered, boiled-style coffee as an everyday habit. When you pour tomorrow's cup, let it be a soft reminder to your heart and your kidneys. Today, I choose what's better for us. A small choice, repeated again and again, can change the way life feels. So each morning carries not only the aroma of coffee, but the fragrance of calm.